Hi, welcome back to Independent Thinking Executive Insights. I'm Amy Kroom, and I am here with the Monogram team, Jay Klosterman, Ed Mammorella, Julie Burns. How are you?
Great.
Good. Nice. We are so glad to be here with you. So I know that I saw you all just a few weeks ago, it feels like, at KBIS and got to go through the Monogram booth there. But there have been a lot of exciting developments even since January. So Julie, kick us off. What is going on with the Monogram brand?
So there's been a lot going on. I think we're super excited about everything we have in store for 23. So I think you saw some of the things at KBIS. We're super excited about the Monogram Designer Collection, and it really is just that elegant touch to elevate the design. And so we have 96-inch tall refrigeration panels, 2 different finishes in both brass and titanium, as well as leather handles in both camel and chocolate, as well as the stunning kind of hood that we have behind us in brass as well as titanium. I think everybody is really excited about our 36-inch integrated bottom freezer. It has all of the beautiful hallmarks of our columns. And so everybody loves the columns. So you'll see those same hallmarks with the LED lighting, some of the flush lighting, and then of course, who doesn't love a nice convertible drawer in the middle? We're also highlighting the forge. And so this is the world's first only heated ice press. So what you'll have is this beautiful clear ice block. You can put it in and it makes this perfect clear ice ball. And so now you have something as a beautiful bourbon cocktail, and you can have that right at home. Plus, we've thought about the details. So you'll have an ice subscription service. So that way you can have your ice on delivery whenever you want it.
Oh my gosh, you are just making it expressly easy for everyone to have their evening cocktail, aren't you?
I know, right?
Yeah.
You just want to make it super easy. So the other thing we're really excited about, and it's actually coming out later on this year, is we've got our 30-inch and 36-inch induction pro range. So all of the wonderful kind of technology that we have in cooking is going to be absolutely in that platform.
Oh my goodness. All right, so you have taken us and started us off on a very, very high note. And I'm sorry that I have to do this, but we're going to ask Ed this question. And poor Ed, I know. So we start out way up here. Yeah. But one of the things that we have been talking a lot about for the last couple of years is what's going on with the economy. And we're all kind of wondering and waiting and watching, and nobody really knows when it's going to happen or what's going to happen or how it's going to turn out. But what is Monogram doing to help support retailers and help retailers support their customers, depending on whatever happens and whatever comes down the pike?
It has been an interesting ride. I mean, going back 3 years to see the unprecedented growth that we've seen in the luxury space, but specifically Monogram has just had an awesome ride. And the good thing is we don't see it necessarily dying down to a level that was pre-pandemic necessarily, but we do see it coming down. So will it be double-digit growth year after year? You know, I would say it's probably going to be more of a single-digit growth that we're going to see. But we are prepared for that growth. And so we learned a lot during COVID, a lot about making sure that we can ramp up and increase our production rate. So specifically for Pro Range as an example, we saw the need in the industry, work with our manufacturing site and increase production substantially. And so we're doing that as well in our refrigeration factories today. And I'd say in addition to that, it's about the behind the scenes action. It's about working with our sourcing guys to not only have one supplier for widget A, but I have a couple of suppliers for widget A, so that when we do run into an issue, we've got a backup plan going. And I think for us and for our resellers out there, we got to give them confidence and good dates, make sure that we're giving those good dates so they feel good telling their customer when it's going to be available. And then we're also, I think we've really learned the formula over the last couple of years on what it takes to grow awareness, to bring traffic into the showroom, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring traffic into the showroom and into beautiful displays like we see across the country.
And then ensuring that the supply is there to meet that demand as it comes in.
Absolutely.
We love
That's the
it.
expectation, of the luxury customer.
Yeah, most definitely. So, Jay, we are here at Prime Time right now, and we've been spending a lot of time this week talking about customer obsession and really what retailers can do to surprise and delight customers, and how they can really put customers at the forefront of the experience. So share with us a little bit more about what Monogram is doing to surprise and delight retailers, to put them at the front of their experience, and also to support retailers as they try and surprise and delight their end customers. And we're going to let you take the mic from Ed, too.
Well, I am glad that you have such focus on this topic, because it's kind of near and dear to me as well. The work that we do with the nationwide retailers is really a partnership. Yeah. Everything that we do to help take care of their customers as well. In Monogram, we have a customer dedicated call center that has just Monogram associates that answer the phones generally within 30 seconds.
Wow.
And they really take care of everything for that given consumer. So that's their dedicated person that they work with. And so we want to make sure that that consumer gets a fantastic experience when they do buy Monogram. We also have we have an installation team that has a service line that we partner with the retailer to make sure not only do they sell them the product, but it gets installed properly.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll FaceTime that installer right in the customer's home to help the installer work through the installation if it's a particularly tough one.
Okay.
So we're doing, we work with the retailers to make sure everything is good from point A to point B on the product and the installation. We work also with the retailers to make sure that they're engaged with the customer on all these award-winning products that we're bringing to market, and partnering with them to give those products are giving the fantastic experience to the consumer.
Yeah, fantastic. We do love to hear that. So now, Ed, the last 3 years have been very home-centric and very home-focused. I know that, things are starting to open up. People are traveling more, but I find personally that we're still spending more time at home than we did pre-pandemic. So are you continuing to see that as well? Are you experiencing that trend in the market? And how is Monogram helping to support a more home focus?
Yeah, we do see that trend continuing on. I think although we're starting to see people travel more and spend their money on different things other than, say, appliances or their kitchen, we definitely see that focus of being at home still a staying point, even after COVID's over. There's a big trend too now, I think, for health and wellness. I think we learned a lot from COVID and making sure that we're doing the right things for ourselves and for our family.
Yeah.
And that fits just right in with our strategy. And so a lot of the appliances that we have and that we sell has a focus on health and wellness. So our software updates that we're continually to put out into our product really is a focus on precision cooking, the right recipes, making sure that we can fulfill that need for those customers who are really looking for their family and taking care of them.
Yeah, wonderful. All right, so here is a question that I have. Julie, now you talked earlier about all the different product introductions that you all have, but what we're also hearing in the news is, disposable income is coming down, savings is coming down. Is there still demand in the luxury market?
There's still absolutely demand, and it's something that we're continuing to watch incredibly closely. I mean, I think there's varying, reports that kind of say, what's going to happen in the luxury market. I think, last year, double-digit growth. I think this year, single-digit, but still growth, which I think is really important. I think, for the affluent customer, for the most part, they're fairly resilient to a lot of these kind of volatile economic changes. And so I think, there's that market. I think what you're really going to see is that these luxury fence sitters are really going to be the biggest impacted. And so, these are the folks that, their disposable income is going to be a little bit tighter. And so that larger kind of splurge for that luxury kitchen is probably going to be put on hold. It's also going to be those folks that, with the rising interest rates, what's going to happen is that they're not going to do the luxury home. And so I think you're going to start to see that. Now, the question will be, what does that mix ultimately end up looking like? I think for us, for Monogram, I think we have been very strategic in terms of how it is that we're going to address some of those things. I think with the Forge, for instance, we'll be able to really address and capture a broader base of consumers that we've never been able to touch. And so what you want to do is be able to have a really great entry experience, and we can do that with the Forge. The other piece is that, we certainly have really great availability. And so every day we're getting a little bit better on what that looks like. And so when everyone is ready, we can absolutely get what it is that they want when they want it.
All right, so we've talked about a whole bunch of different technology and innovations and features that are coming out with all the new Monogram products. But is there anything else that we can expect to see, anything that luxury consumers are really seeking out?
I think, the luxury consumer is always looking to be a little bit different. And they compare their kitchen to their neighbors. They want to have a little bit different kitchen than they do. So you'll see us focusing on and continuing to grow with technology that no one else has. I think our hearth oven is a prime example of that. Open face oven, gets up to 1,300 degrees at the top.
Yeah.
800 degrees on the stone. That's a unique piece. That's what that luxury customer is looking for. So we've recently updated that product, and so we have a new look and feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Julie hit on it. I think the other piece of it is customization. That ability to be different than the Smiths or the Joneses, having something different. That's why we're launching these two new collections, because it really hits in on what one of the top designers in the industry wants in their own home. And now we're bringing that to life for the masses and whoever wants it.
We'd love to hear that. So I think the only other questions that I have is, as we kind of wrap up, what is it that a retailer can do, especially a nationwide member can do, to better engage and partner with Monogram in the coming year?
Well, Let me take that one, Ed. I think first of all, we've updated an awful lot of displays across the country, and we want to continue to do that so that we have, really a first class, up to date display with all of our new products in it. Obviously, once we do that, they need to engage with Monogram as far as how do we do events together for designers? How do we do those for builders? To bring them in, the ones that are influencing a lot of the consumers out in the marketplace on a daily basis. So working with us, I'll say on the street is very important for the retailer to really maximize their sale of their luxury business, not only with us, but with other manufacturers. We also really on a daily basis want feedback from them. Give us anything that's working or not working that we can help make better within their stores, within their displays, within their events, everything that we do together. We look for feedback there.
Okay, wonderful.
You bet.
Jay, Ed, Julie, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining us here on Executive Insights. We look forward to seeing you again real soon.